Hello, this is Poe Green FPS, and these are the questions you have to ask yourself before you join the military. Your recruiter's not going to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this. First off, what is your reason for joining? You need to ask yourself this, and why? Because you need to know why you're joining, because you need to fulfill your role in the military, not only for a personal reason, for the reason of serving and serving others. So if you join the military just to improve yourself, it's good on you, but it's also better to actually know where your heart is. So that's the first question that I would ask myself. Now, we all join for different reasons, some for family, some for, just to join. But ask yourself that question. It's a really good question to ask yourself. Now, for the second question is, am I willing to give up 4 years of my life? 4 years is a long time. And yes, it seems like a long time, but sometimes it seems like it's quick. So 4 years of your life is a lot. So if you're 18, by the time you're getting out, you'll be in your 20s. Because usually it's 4-year contract, so how long are you willing to give up that, that life? Because 4 years is actually a lot. Another thing is what do you want to do while you're in the military? These are very good questions. What do you want to do? Do you want to be an aircraft mechanic? Do you want to be a programmer, data specialist? You got to ask these questions beforehand. And another question that kind of relates to that question is, with the job that I'm picking out in the military, how is it going to relate to the civilian world? Now, I know I wanted to be an 03, which is a rifleman or machine gunner or mortarman. Pretty much ground pounders, the ones that pick up the rifle and go to town. That's what I originally wanted to be. I'm glad I actually didn't decide to go that route. I'd rather be a personnel other than grunt and do a job that would relate to the civilian world. So that's why I did that job. As a telecommunications specialist, telephones and stuff are all around us all the time, and the civilian world can relate to that. And when I get out, I'll have all that job training and all that extra stuff I can use as a stepping stone when I get out of the military. So that's a very good question to ask yourself. And another good question is, where are you going to be after you get out of the military? This kind of coincides with those last two questions. But where are you going to be? If you're saying you don't know, you might want to get some training. If you don't have a job lined up, or you're not sure if you got a job lined up, get some more job training. And now when I'm saying get more job training, you don't necessarily have to be in the specific MOS to get more training. There's tons of education benefits that are free while serving, that are free when you get out, that you can take advantage of and get free training. Like with me, I became a gunsmith when I get out. My job didn't relate to gunsmithing. Like I said, I was a telecommunications guy, but while in there, I also got training in radio, data, which is computers, just pretty much general communications, leadership, all that good stuff, all those things that you learn, you can use in the civilian world. So you can also, even if you were a grunt, you can go to school for gunsmithing. If you did already sign the contract, you're already a grunt and you're miserable, or whatever it may be, so, go check out the training stuff they have in mind. You get to choose. You get to choose. The post 9/11, you can use that after, or you can get free education while in there. Take advantage of it. Ask your NCO, ask the higher up above you. Be like, hey, I want to educate myself more. What can I do? There's free programs that will let you learn for free, and some of the programs will pay you to learn. So it's like a win-win situation. You win the extra money, and then you win, your degree or whatever it may be, or certificate, and then you're good to go. So, yeah, that's a good question to ask. So if you do really, truly, you have your heart set of being 03, being 03. But remember, you guys have more options than you guys are really limited to and what people really talk about. It's like the off-duty education, great stuff. Now, any questions you guys have about this, ask your NCO. They'll fill them in. They'll fill you right in. That's their job. Don't be afraid to use your NCO. So find out more about this education through your NCO, or go to your education program or education building that's on base, and you guys will find out more information, more than I can give you. So check that out. Now, another question to ask yourself is am I ready? That goes in 3 ways. Am I ready for it physically. A lot of people think am I ready is just physically, but also mentally, because there's a lot of mental challenges as well. It's very, very stressful, and some people snap, and some people are really good and tolerable with that. Another thing for you're ready is you got to take your ASVAB, which is pretty much going to classify you in the job field that you were best suited for. So study, 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 and get as many options as possible so you get to pick your job or your job field, and you get to pretty much do what you want to do. Those are the main questions that I'm asking you to ask yourself before you join the military, because these questions will help you decide what you want to do, if you want to even join the military, and if it's right for you. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope this helps you out, and you guys have a nice day.